So are we here now?
You can postpone the installation of Anaconda after the class. So your questions and maybe installation can wait after the class. While the staff is taking the class.
Alright, hello. Okay.
Because they like to switch from it to that, so you can't see the instructors very clearly.
Okay.
That way to matter.
No, let's do that. Alright, are we together now? Are we together now? Also, finally. How about, yeah. Okay, so I'll attend to you after that, but let's just go over Python, the basics. Why Python? Why are we using Python? What's Python all about? Alright, can you hear me from the back? Interesting. Can you hear me from the back? Yes. Why is it like this? Can you hear me from the back? Yes. Nice. So I'll just be shouting today. So let's go over introduction, Python. Yeah. So Python is a clear and powerful object-oriented programming language. By the way, this slide is from Talent Consultancy Services, not originally ours. It uses an elegant syntax, making the program be quite easier to read. It comes with a large standard library that supports many common programming types. Interactive mode makes it easy to test shortly. So what this is saying is that, what we are saying is that number one, Python is easy to learn. Right? It's an interpreted language that's easy to learn. So you're going to have a lot of fun learning Python. I don't know if you heard of like C++, C# and all that. Python is way easier than those ones because it's a dynamic language. And what that means is that we'll talk about what that it being a dynamic language means later. It is free software in two senses. It doesn't cost anything to download or use. Or use Python, also included in your application, can be freely modified and redistributed. What this means is that Python is open source. So it is free to use and also free to access its source code. Being open source means that if I write a program, an application, you can see my code is available to you. So I don't hide my code because there are a lot of codes that are code bases that are closed source, like Microsoft Windows being closed source. We can't see their code base, or you can see the results of the application, right? But Python, we can see it's free, easy to use, and can be easily modified and redistributed. Also, so interesting. For code sample, we'll actually need a computer, and then let's go back that.
So I'll be talking about the different data types that we have in Python. So we have strings. So we have different data types like in Python. We have strings. What the strings? Okay. So what strings implies say anything like say code. Okay, we need to know that this is parentheses. This is the square bracket for this for this. What string signifies is anything that is inside? Okay. What string signifies is anything that is maybe inside the code. It's going to maybe just an example of say a sample code to show that. So for integers are basically numbers. Any code say in numbers, we say an integer. For floats are decimal codes that is there. Say you have maybe 12.0, 12.5, 12.7. Anything that is assigned to this is floats. And variables are
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a variable, and because it's in quotes, it is say a string because it is in quotes. And then it's like let's think about that. Name is not equal color. Name is what is assigned to color. So a variable is what is used to store. Sorry, you cannot hear me. A variable is what is used to store information so that it's easy to replicate. So if you can just assume that color is assigned name. So next time you want to use the word color, we'll just maybe print. We'll probably will not print color to get we'll print name to maybe get So for Jupyter notebook, if you want to maybe say had a new line, to use this plus in fact. This is what we used to add this sign. The cell here is what we used to add maybe a new line. This the one with the scissors here is what we used to move into it. This cell here is what we used to one signifies that maybe you want to say run a code. Yeah, so like printing. So if an example of maybe an example of an integer so if you want to print this this still shows say the three major data types that we have. We have the string, we have the integers, and we have floats. Things will be continued.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got the question. Okay.
Like that print, like some of us.
Okay, we don't know what print means at least.
Yes.
Oh,
we have to
okay.
explain it.
Okay, so it's
Alright, awesome. So, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Awesome. So this is Jupyter Lab. It's where we're going to be running our Python programs right now. As you can see, this is the application. This is the interface. We have the Jupyter Lab as itself. This is the file. So in here right now, we get, this is the toolbar currently. We have file, edit, view, insert, cell, kernel, widgets, and help. It's called the toolbar. And when you click on file, you can decide to open a new notebook and Python 3. So Python has different versions. Python has Python 2 and Python 3. What we're going to be using is Python 3 because Python 2 support for Python 2 has been stopped. You see a lot of code base that still use Python 2, but when you know Python 3, it will be easy to write Python 2. You can easily switch as well. That works. Then to create a new notebook, file a new notebook in Python 3. Then so also here I should say this is save as checkpoint plus to insert cell. So what this is called is this is a cell right now, and this is where we write our code. Whatever we want to write in the cell. And then to run, we click run. Where's run? Yeah, we click run. Now we can either click run or we can use a keyboard shortcut. I like to use keyboard shortcut because it makes my life easy. So you can use Control Enter.
Some people are using Google.
Oh,
So yeah, your run will be on this side.
oh, okay. Awesome. So I don't use code language. But your run will be on this side as it says. Or you can use Control Enter, works on whatever device you're using, whether Jupyter Lab or CodeLab. Control Enter as a keyboard shortcut. So to get all your keyboard shortcuts, it's really easy. You come to help, and if you come to help, you're going to see these keyboard shortcuts. When you click on this, you'll see the different shortcuts you can use to navigate through your applications. F to find and replace, Ctrl+Shift+F to open the command palette. And you can just go through them, you see the keyboard shortcuts and you get used to them. Because it just makes your workflow faster and easier. So let's close this. And then next we have, so remember this is where we write our code. And right here, where we can see name error, most recent callers, this place is called the console. It shows us the terminal rather. It shows us the outputs of what we've written. So like she says, when you write the code, now let's print something. Let's print something that the terminal can understand. Because what we did before was rubbish. We just wrote anything and it's telling us name error which friend call last. So let's try declaring a variable. Now what is a variable? A variable is a name that represents a memory location. Do you get? A name that represents a memory location. So when you have a variable, it represents a memory location where we can store data. Now, when we have this variable as a name to declare a variable, to define a variable in Python, you just write name. That's why I say Python is dynamic. What that means is Python knows what type of variable, what type of data you want to store. Now, the type of data that can be stored ranges through strings. There are strings, there are numbers, there are lists, dictionaries, and tuples. Those are the 5 major ones, and we'll go through them. But these are the different data types that can be declared, right? That can be stored in variables. Now, with other languages, static type languages like C++, Java, we need to tell the program, we need to tell the compiler that, hey, this is the type of variable we want to define. This type of data we want to declare. So if it was like C++ or Java, what we'll do is say this is string name. So we are telling it this is a string. You have to know, right? If it's an integer, a number, int name. So int integer, int, that's number, right? But then with Python knows. That makes it dynamic. It knows the type depending on the value stored in it. Okay, so we want to store a string. A string is represented in this, what's this called? Quotation mark. So you can either use these double quotes or the single quotes for the string. So when we have name is equal to face in double quotes, if this is a string. And then to reference this particular variable, we use print. So now we want to print something reasonable to the, we want to send something reasonable to our compiler. And we're going to use print and say print this. It's simple like normal English. That's why I say Python is easy to learn because it's English language. So we are saying print this particular name. And what it's going to do is it's going to, this name now references data, which is face. So you're going to print face. So let's run this. To run, remember, control enter, run here or run here. Oh, control shift enter. You get right? Awesome. So print name. Now you see that we are beginning to write codes. We are beginning to write codes. This makes sense, right? Has anyone else tried this? Can I see with a show of hands? Anyone else tried this right now? Because I love you to follow along. Anyone else tried this with a show of hands? I can count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we are like 100 here. 9 people out of 100. 9 over 100. That's few now. How far? Alright, so print name, it's print what this name references, which is face. And remember, I said face is what? What data type is face? It's a string. Why is it a string? Yeah, how do you know it's a string? Right. So let's say we want to define a number. What do we do? How do we do that? So remember, to define a variable. Now these are names. Remember, I said variable name used to reference a storage location, a memory location. Now variables it's by convention, variables usually start with small letters, right? A variable can contain numbers, you can start with underscores and so on. But by convention, we usually start a variable with small letter. Usually, note, you can start it with an underscore or a letter, but then this number, small letter. You can also start with a capital letter, right? But we use a small letter, number equal to 12. So number is equal to 12. Now notice the difference. With strings, they are enclosed in quotation marks, and just number, this is what? 12. And this is an integer. Is it integer or integer? Potato, integer. So print number, and let's run this. So 12. Now this prints number 12. Okay. Now let's say we want to know the type of this data. Can you switch pull up? Let's see. Switch pull up. So we want to know the type of name or the type of number. Now Python has Python is a high-level programming language. Now what that means is that there are a lot of things that are done under the hood that we don't need to worry about. Right? There are other languages that are low-level programming languages. What it means for a programming language to be low-level means there are a lot of things we need to do by ourselves from scratch. But then when it's high-level, a lot of things are done under the hood that we don't need to worry about. So Python comes with a lot of methods, a lot of methods that we can easily access and libraries and so on. So let's check the type of this particular number. One check the type of this variable. So there's this method type. Now what we'll do is put this number inside it. So after the type, then we have a parenthesis, and then we'll put the particular variable we want to know its type inside it. So we have type, and inside it we have number. Is that clear? Yes. So how do we get it? Remember to run. Shift enter, run here or run here. Wow, and this is an integer. And this is an integer. Alright, so let's see the type of the first one we had. What's the name? Name, right? Type of name. The string str used to represent string. Now numbers, inside numbers, they are integers, they are floats. So floats, integers, they are floats. Now floats, an easy way to differentiate them is with integer. Can we see the integer or maybe you can just So with integers, that's int. This is number 12. It's a whole number. That's an easy way to differentiate them, to know. If you see a whole number without a decimal point, it's an integer, right? It's surely an integer. And then, so a float has decimal points. So give me an example of a float. Can you give me an example of a float? 12.3. Also, how about you? An example of a float. The girl with black and glasses. Yeah. 14.5. Awesome. Someone from here, anyone, give me an example of a float. Come on, I want to hear you. 1.2 also. Give me an example of a string. Yeah. Yeah? Include Python. That's awesome. Lovely. So, I want to see this particular float with print again. Python is really easy. If it was like Java, want to print this particular stuff, we'll write it system.out.println, and it will be very long and so on. But in Python, we just write print. So easy to understand, like English language. Is Python not easy? Alright, so let's print float. Then let's check the type of this float. Type of floats, yeah. And it's a float. So the type of float is a float. Right? So how many of us are comfortable with using this guy right now? Using Jupyter Lab. You can use it to write code and to run code. Show of hands. You can use Jupyter Lab to write code and to run code. Show of hands. Wow. Why? Just 5 people. Have I been shouting for nothing? I need water, please. I don't understand. Please show of hands if you can use Jupyter to write code and to run code. How does your hands? Come on. Awesome. Alright, that's nice. Oh my god. I need water. So, huh? Yeah, I mean, am I joking? I just say I'm shouting. Alright, I wish there was a microphone. Oh my god. So, we have other data types. So currently we talked about how many data types in Python. How many data types have we talked about currently? 3. What are they? Thank you, yeah. Can you hear me louder now? Alright, so we talked about string, we talked about integers, we talked about floats. So there are also other data types, like lists. So an example of a list, a float is really straightforward. This float is equal to 14.5, right? Decimal. This integer is equal to 12, right? Whole number. Then those are 2 different data types. Excuse me. And we have. Can you see it? Huh?
It's cold.
Are you feeling cold?
Yeah.
Come on, it is a cold weather now. Why would I
take off?
I can't tell because I saw the weather. Okay, is there remote? I don't know if there's remote control for this. Huh? You said the systems are on, so they'll generate heat. Those of us that have systems with heat generators. Alright, there are a lot of people here, and if we turn off the AC, you can see all the windows are closed. This is going to be really stuffy.
The thing has been facing us for a while now, so you can give it to them. We share this.
Who is in charge of facilities, please? I'm teaching.
Or turn it down, sir.
You know, it's not recommended to use hands to control this stuff, so we need a remote control. Can you guys manage?
No.
I don't even know the control. Come on, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. I can't be the one operating this. Come on, have mercy on me. Huh? Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. So, where was I? We're at least, yeah. So, this is really straightforward. I'm declaring a float. A string, right? We have names equal to Ada, or name is equal to Udoka, or name is equal to Rita, right? We have those names, and then type list. So for list, we can use it to store multiple values with different data types too. So not just multiple values, we can also decide to store a string. We can decide to store an integer, right? An integer. So maybe we can just add an integer instead of Michael. Yeah, so we can store an integer. We can also store a float inside this string. So we have, so we have a string, a float, no, an integer and a float. So, do you understand? Yeah, question. The normal bracket. Oh, okay. So, although there's no bracket here, no. So, for us to define multiple values inside this particular string, this variable, inside this list, this variable, we'll put it inside a square bracket. So that's how strings are represented. Inside square brackets, that's how they are defined. List, sorry. They are defined inside the square brackets. So inside here, the different values are separated by comma. Do you get? So I need to know that you're also doing this. Are you also doing this?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Alright, so who has declared their own list? Who has declared your, if you declared your list, okay, I should do that again. Let me go again. Can you hear me from the back? I'm sure my voice is going to crack out today. So, lists are defined to store different multiple values not necessarily with multiple values, even with different data types. So that means in a list we can have a string, we can have an integer, we can have a float. Yeah, what's the question?
Can you have an integer or a float in a string?
Whether I can have an integer or a float in a string? Yes. Inside a string, we can have an integer, we can have a float, or we can have this, like we did here, this is a string, this is a string, this is a string, this is an integer, this is a float. We have these different data types inside this list. Do you get? Any other question? Yeah. Come here.
On this string, there is 12 things.
Yeah, what is it?
Like a string.
Yeah.
That is what.
Yeah.
So
Inside quotes.
at least
That would make a string. Yes.
Inside, whether I can put an integer value inside the quotes. Now we ask you. Okay, so if we put anything we put inside the quotes is a string. So even if we put 2, right? Let's do this. Or let's make any other name for the number. Can we use any name? Age, okay. Yeah. So age is equal to, let's put 22 inside the string now. Inside quotes. Inside quotes, yeah. So we have age. We want to put age inside quotes, and this is 22. 22. Now, quick question to who am I asking? Quick question to you, right? No, I need someone from the back. Hello, hi, you can hear me? You with this headset. All right, yeah, you. So, what's the type of this? What's the type of this variable age? What's the data type of variable age? I was asking one person. Okay, hold on, relax. How about, hello, can you hear me? Hi, yeah, can you hear me? The one in the middle. Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry. Now, what's the type of this variable age? An integer, okay. Anyone else? Yeah, what's the type? A string, okay. Anyone else? Yeah, what's the type? A string. Okay, if it's an integer, let me see your hands. Awesome. If it's a string, let me see your hands. Okay, some people actually like this. Some people actually like this. All right. So listen now. Listen. Are we here? So listen. Defining a string. When we want to define a string, we put it inside the quotation mark, single quote or double quote, and anything inside that quotation mark is what? A string. So even if we have 22 inside the quotation mark, so let's check now type of H and let's run. So you can see that's a string. Why is it a string? Because it's inside the quotation mark. Do you get? So normally when we start writing programming language, the first thing we do is write our hello world code in whatever language, right? That's usual. I wrote that. So then maybe we should just write our hello world code so that by the time you go to you know you've achieved writing a hello world code. That's a feeling. I'll go clear now. So but let's just write a hello world code. Let's add an exclamation mark. And can we also do this? Everyone write the hello world code now. Yeah, define the variable and write print. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's also print directly. Let's also print the string directly. So another thing with the print statement, we can print this directly without declaring them in variables. We can just print hello world. Like yeah, we can just do that here. Do that in the next cell. Yeah, let's just print hello world. Print, yeah. Print. Okay. Yeah. So we can just print this hello world. And now try to run this. Who can guess what will happen if you run this? Who can guess what will happen if you run this? Huh? It will be like yeah, can you hear me? What's the issue? Sorry. You can't see. It's not clear. Wow. Can you make it bigger? No, you can use gestures to just widen yeah. Is it clear now? Huh? Awesome. Yeah, let's scroll down. Are we cool now? Is this okay? Is this okay? Yeah. Yes. Alright. So yeah, I was asking who can get what happening if we print this right now. Why is it going to be an error? It's not defined, right? Because our interpreter is going to look for the variable named hello and the variable named world. And there are no variables, we've not defined any variable named hello or world. So if we just say print hello without any, just hello, it's going to look for the variable named hello, just like we did here, print start. It went to check for what variable was named start and then gave us its value. So right now there's no variable named hello or world. So let's run this. Let's run print hello world. Yeah, so as you can see, it's even invalid syntax. But I think it's from the exclamation mark. Let's do it without the exclamation mark and see. And then run. So like it threw the error of invalid syntax as well. So okay, cool. So now print hello world. Now this what we are doing is we are telling this guy print this particular string hello world and it's giving us hello world. Do you understand? Right? So how many of us have printed our own hello world out? How many of us printed hello world? Come on, show your hands. Come on, raise your hand out. Raise your hand, come on. Make AI today proud. Raise your hand if you printed hello world. Can we just clap for ourselves? Alright. So who has not clear with the explanation of this? You yeah. So let's go back this again. Can we go up? Let's go back this again. Now listen attentively. Remember I said strings are used to store data enclosed. Sorry. Yeah, strings, the data type strings are used to store data enclosed in quotation mark, right? And then number for storing numbers. We talked about floats and we talked about integers. These are different data types. Now list can be used to store multiple data. Now we are not done with the definition of lists actually. So because we need to find a way to be able to access this particular string. So list now is now used to store Ada as a string, Udoka as a string, Michael as a string, 12 as a number, 12.45 as a float. This is an integer, this is a float. Now want to be able to access this data individually. Because what's the point if you can't access the data? So to be able to access Ada, Udoka, Michael, 12.45, there's no way we do it. So we have this particular list, and these guys are inside list. Can you hear me? Now, if we want to access Ada, we need to find its index. So these different values inside this list, these different data inside this list are indexed. Now, these the indexes, right? I think that's correct. Oh, indices. Thank you. The indices. They start from, so we count from 0. It starts from 0. So we want to say the index of Udoka. Now I say to know their indices. we start carrying from 0. That means this should have an index of 0. The first one. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That means the first one and that should have an index of 0. This should have an index of what? 1. This should have an index of what? 2. This should have an index of what? 3. And this should have an index of what? 4. So if we want to access Ada, we are looking for the value with the index of 0 in list. So let's print list that has this value with index of 0. So that should be in square brackets. Yeah, and then 0. So let's print it. Print. So hold on. So look closely to these error messages that are printed in the console. Try to read them. They are actually readable. So when they see red lines, they just get scared and they run away. But these are here to help us. It's like you're walking and you just hit something, right? You hit something and then you fall down, and someone comes to tell you to be able to pass this place, you have to move to this direction and then walk, right? But then imagine you hit it and you fall down, and someone comes to tell you that you have to do it this way to be able to function properly, and you just run away. You don't listen to that person. It's the same thing as this guy. You were walking and then you fell down. This guy saying, "Hey, why not try this instead? This is what was wrong." Right? So don't be scared of these error messages. Read them. Don't be afraid when you see red lines, but when you see something like this, I know if it's 20 F9 4 5 MC F9. and then you run away. Alright. So now we've done this. Let's print list with the index of 0. What's wrong? What's wrong with our code?
This name, change it.
Can you scroll up? Let's see.
This name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Awesome. So, is this working now? Awesome. Let's clap for ourselves. Yeah. Huh? No, you cannot print this name. It's through an error.
No, but it's wrote out all.
What happened was, initially I wrote this name. The name of the variable was list. So I changed it to list name. So here I printed this name. Then I wanted to cut this one out. Let me do it again. Hold on. So what happened before? So I printed this. I wrote this in here, and then printed this. So it was inconsistent. That was where there was error before. Do you get it?
Yeah. So if you try to reference a variable that does not exist, it's going to throw an error. This name did not exist at that point, so it threw an error to us. So that's it. We've been able to access. Yeah.
My question is why did list name work the first time?
Because the name here was this name.
Okay.
So I changed it to this.
Do you get?
It's after the change.
Huh?
I said she didn't know it's after the change.
Yes, I did not. So I changed it back.
Do you get now? Yeah. What's your question? Huh?
How did it know that that's zero?
Hello everyone, can we listen? Please. Hold on, someone's asking a question. Yeah.
When you, that line 27.
Come, please now, I would like everyone to be talking. Why? I'm not able to get it.
Line 27.
Yeah.
It says print list, square bracket, 0.
Yeah.
And when you printed it in front of other, did we give a parallel command? Whenever it's about to access 0, this and that.
Oh, okay. So remember, I said, now this is Python. To be able to access any of these values inside this list, right, we'll get its index. Now, what's the index of Michael? Yeah, I'm asking one person. What's the index of Michael? Okay, let's do this again.
Sorry, I have an answer. So the unique thing about this is that it is sequential. So it follows a particular order. So for this, the first item is going to be item 0, second one will be item 1, third will be item 2, and fourth will be item 3. So that's the unique thing about that's why we use list and not say normal delaying of variables.
Do you get now? Awesome. So okay, so can you tell me hello? What's your name? Love David. My name is Ebenezer. All right. So can we let me ask you a question. So can you tell me the index of 12?
That's 3.
Right. 0, 1, 2, 3. Is everybody good with that now? So to be able to access this particular value, Michael, which is 0, 1, 2, what we do is this list and then in square brackets the index, which is what? 2. So let's access Michael. Let's print list and 0, 1, 2. Awesome. Do you get now? Do you get? Are we not awesome? Yeah, what's the question?
I know something.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? This list, other, like, that you assign to this variable list. I think this is what I noticed, irrespective of what that variable name is. If you say print list, it's still going to print the, what is it called? Those values.
Right. Yeah, so we're getting there. So if you want to print everything
I can
inside.
make a clarification, that's what I'm asking. I don't know if I'm right.
So yeah, you're right. That if we print list, we're going to print everything, right? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying?
Like, you know, to the right hand side,
Yeah.
list, I get in.
Yeah.
It is assigned to this variable name list.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, probably don't let us use that list.
Yeah.
Let's say list name is a variable, and you assign that what is it called, that list to list name.
I think confusion is because she's naming it lists. So please, can you name it anything? Maybe something else.
Okay, just leave it at list name, leave it like that.
Or names.
Or names,
okay.
The unique thing is that whatever the name of this variable is there, it does not signify what is here. It is just the name you are supposed to assign that location on your system. The name you use to assign this information on your system. That's what it signifies. So even if it is name or names of this, or it just signifies the space this is saved on your system.
Okay, I get that, but then print list now. Print it, don't print it.
So if we print list now, what's going to happen?
It will
Not
work.
error.
It will
You
work.
print it.
Because that list is a keyword. Like, you know, it's a type.
It's a keyword exactly.
Yeah, so it's a keyword.
So let's print list.
Print list. So you bring out that name.
Oh,
You get
yeah.
it's a
So
keyword.
it's a keyword, okay.
That's how
Yes,
it's
No scroll up. So
very complex.
Interesting. That's interesting. But then, quick tip. A quick tip. Whatever value you want to store in your variable should be, the name should represent the value. Do you understand? So now if you're storing like hello everyone, can you hear me? Uncle, please sir. All right. So that means if you are storing I'm coming. Can you hear me? Please. I need everyone to be quiet. Hello. Hello everyone. So if inside this list now want to make okay, listen. I want to store different values. I want to store mango. I want to store pineapple. Yeah.
Who understand what a variable is? What's a variable? What do you understand a variable is? Say what?
He said it's a memory location. Can I ask another person?
A variable actually is like a container. Yes. Like what they're saying, it stores everything here. It's stored inside these names. So when you print, this is when you want an output. So when you put this function, print names, everything inside here comes out.
So we can use this for example. This is a variable. So this is Udoka, this is Michael, this is. So if you put it here, it means that you own this location on your system. So it's a container that contains Ada. The name is a container that contains Ada, Udoka, Michael, 12, so even if you change that name to whatever you change to something else, it still going to contain all that. Does anybody understand?
Any more questions?
Does anybody understand? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Brought out this name. What if you have two lists?
You would have different names for the
I want to understand the question.
Yes, I will just try that.
The thing about naming a variable is that you can name it anything you want. Let's say this content now is you're trying to collect first names only. So you pick first name, then every name here will be first name. You can name it surname. Did you hear well? Do you know what a keyword is?
I know what you say.
What if you have one is name and the other one? Do you understand?
Can we just try it? Let's try it out. So I know it's what you're saying is because we did print lists, right? And you printed that guys. What if there are two lists? What if we print, right? I don't know. That's right. That's right. So I was actually surprised print list worked. Okay. So I'd love to see. I'd love to see what will happen if we have two things and then we do print. But that aside, I believe you know what lists are by now. I was about to talk about naming these variables. So I was saying I want to store these particular items in a variable. I want to store pineapple. Can you listen? Oh yeah. I want to store pineapple. I want to store mango. I want to store orange. Interesting. Banana. Now what should I name this particular variable? We want to store these things inside a variable. What should I name the variable? Fruit. Yeah. Do you get? So because when you see fruit, you know that this contains fruit. So you can start to name it anything. You can start to name it carton. You can start to name it cement. But then the name should represent what it holds. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's the quick tip was variable naming. Naming of variables. The variable name should represent its value, its data. Do you understand? Okay. So I want to ask another question. I want to ask someone from the back. Can anyone volunteer to answer this question? Can anyone volunteer to answer my question? Okay, you can volunteer also. These are kind of men we need in Nigeria. So, can you give me an example of a float? An example of a float. Yeah. Awesome. That's lovely. Let's clap for it, please. That's lovely. Can someone from this side volunteer to answer my question? Come on. Who is volunteering? Oh, awesome. Did you volunteer? Give me an example of a string. Okay. Banana. Also, let's clap for it, please. So many that are not clapping. I don't understand. What happened? You think it's easy to answer banana? That's not. Alright, so where are we? So we understand the list, right? So let's go to so when we print let's print fruits. What's this?
Talking about how to improve.
Oh yeah, you did not include this in the square bracket.
Oh.
Now, quick tip about Jupyter Lab or Google Colab is there's the command mode and then there's the edit mode, right? Those are two different modes. I use my keyboard, so when I want to go into the edit mode, I just click inside any of these cells and I'll be able to edit. So can we click inside here? I'll write. Let's click inside the cell. Edit to. Alright. So right now we are editing, right? But then if we want to run keyboard shortcuts like commands, what we'll do is we'll click the escape key. So can you click the escape key now? So right now we are in command mode, and now if you notice, look at this can you look at this particular cell is surrounded by this green outline. That means it's in focus. So we can decide to run commands on it. We can decide to do control enter for it. We can also decide to let's go back to the escape to go to the command mode. Now look at when it's in the command mode is blue and when it's edit mode is green. So what happens if we want to delete this a keyboard shortcut to delete this particular cell when we're in command mode? This is the example of using keyboard shortcut. What we'll do is use D twice, DD. Awesome. So with that you delete that. So it's good. Remember to access the keyboard shortcut, just come to help and then you see keyboard shortcuts and then just check them out and try out some things. That works. Alright. So let's go to tuple. Are we done with this? Any other question on this? Is there any other question on this? Yeah. Yeah.
Concerning the print list.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll say let's try that. So let's declare two lists here. In just inside this particular cell. Let's have let's not use list. Use fruits. So fruits now fruits. Let's say fruits. FRUITS because there are multiple fruits. Okay, then banana, orange, mango. And mango. Then someone else give me an example. What kind of this should we create next? What kind of data do you want to store next? We have fruits. What else? Come on, give me something, anyone.
Lemon.
Countries. Awesome. So countries. Note notice the difference. We want to store multiple values inside it, so we use plural. Right? Country will work, but it's just so that your code can be readable, so that people that see it can understand it. So we use countries. If it was just one country, right, we can just write country equals to that particular country. So country, come on, give me a country. A country. Togo. Nigeria. This is Niger. Oh, Niger. Nigeria. Togo. Please let's write Togo. What other country? One more country from this side. Wait, I want to take a country from this side. Afghanistan, that's where she wants to go to. Can you spell it, please? Is that not spell it? Afghanistan, I think it's S-T-A-N, yeah, S-T-A-N. Also, we are partners in this class. So, inside here. So let's print this. I would like to see what will happen. So what it does is it references the first.
I think it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. The list still reference the first name. It's not because the unit,
Oh, so that other list is still there assigned. Oh, that makes sense now. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. So because the other list is still assigned, we did not delete it. All we did was remove it from here. But then Python already knows that we've assigned it a value. So this means that if we just print list normally, here's what will happen. If we print list normally without assigning it to anything, yeah, it will throw an error. Yeah, so there's a variable in this because it has already been run. You know, we're not running this afresh. If we're running it afresh, then it will throw an error, but it has already been run, so it's already stored there. Remember, it's already stored as list. That makes sense now. So this is that if we decide to print, have we written anyone named float? So just so we know, if we print a keyword, have we used float? We've used int, right? Why did we use all of them?
we didn't use
What did we use int? We did use int to name the variable. So let's print int now. So you see that it's not because of it's not because it's a keyword. So you print int, it's supposed to throw an error. No, just int, just print int. It's supposed to throw an error. Print.
No, it's print class.
Huh?
Class.
Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. It's still going to reference that list, yeah. Makes sense, awesome. So yeah, any other question on this? Yeah.
I just want to make an observation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So let's make it clear that it's not recommended or we should not use keywords to name variables. And some of Python's keywords are like we know. Okay, anyone give me an example of a keyword from what we've discussed so far? Float, float, int, yeah. Print, yeah, print is the keyword, yeah. List, yeah. Type, okay, yeah, type. So why are these keywords? Why are these Python keywords? It's because they are already assigned to values, right? Functions or methods inside Python. So they come with Python. So these are like reserved. So yeah, usually called reserved keywords. Oh yeah, like here, they are using green to identify these keywords. So that's yeah. What's your question? Yeah, we can delete variables. That's true. Yeah, we'll get there. But we can delete variables. Yeah, but before we go to any other question on this? Any other question on this? Yeah.
And also, like we have two variables in a cell, and we want to print out one of them. How do you do? The last one we did that brought out, okay, the one of fruit and country, and we tried to print out lists. If lists were not to be assigned, what's going to be the output?
Okay, we just print this. It's not going to print any of those guys. It's going to either throw an error or print it's a keyword, yeah. Yeah, and show one of those things that come with keywords. I think we should just try that later, but it's a keyword. It's not going to print any list. It's going to print what was assigned to it by Python because it's a keyword. Yeah, I think the mistake was we using keywords to name the variables in the first place. right? Please don't do that. So, yeah, are you clear on that?
Yes.
Any other question on this? Yeah.
What if you want to increase index to sell three without having to sell?
Say it again.
Okay, banana is
Yeah.
right? And you want to increase pop-up index to how to increase just banana without having to
Without having two prints. Without having two prints. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do this operation. Is it slicing? Are you talking of slicing?
yes.
Okay, we'll get there. No, we'll get there.
Sorry. What major difference between print and list?
Between print and list. Between print and list. Print is a command. Print is a command. List is a type. Does that make sense? Not really. Yeah.
So print is say like a command or a function that brings out output. So whenever say you assign a variable, I want to bring it out of an output. You use print that variable. Like the way we have to say now that we have fruit as a variable that we assign banana, orange, and purple to it. If you want to maybe print it out, if you want to bring it out, we assign print fruit. But this is say like a type that is in a sequential manner. And so if you want to maybe print out something in a particular order, that's why it is indexed. So you have to index 0, 1, 2, so be able to print out stuff in a sequential manner. Do you understand at all?
Yes,
So another thing we can do with Python is arithmetic operations. So since we've defined our numbers, let's do some arithmetic operations down here. So what this means is that we can do addition. What is arithmetic operation? Addition, there's what? There's subtraction, there's what? There's multiplication, there's division, modulus. Yeah, we can do those things. So but let's do addition, multiplication, and subtraction right now. So let's have print. Yeah, just print. Print then, yeah. No. Okay, then let's do 5 times 5. Print 5 times 5. Sorry about that. Yeah. Wow.
My keyboard is
The keyboard has a mind of its own. So, wow. Awesome. So 5 times 5. So this asterisk usually represents multiplication. So this means that 5 times 5 is going to return what? Yeah, let's run this as simple. Let's run this as simple. Can you see this? 25. So we can also print without the print. So let's also print let's print 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. A was 5 plus 5. Oh, okay, that's cool. So notice our attention to spacing. What does name a variable? You have the variable name A, then you give the space, and then you want to
Can you use another very value for instead of 5?
Yes, we can.
Now, yeah, we can. Now, listen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, if we do A equal to 5 without the spacing, just A and without spacing, just equal to and 5. It's going to work, right? It's going to work. Something I confuse these languages. It's going to work. But then, this spacing is for proper for readability. So that when someone else looks at your code, or even yourself, you'll be able to understand it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, so let's have B equal to 7. 7, yeah. And then A plus B. I think yeah. Do we need more? Oh, okay. C equals to A plus B. Then print C. Does anyone understand what happened here? Huh? If you don't understand what happened here, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah, you. Anyone else? Huh? Okay, so let's know what's happening now. We have A equal to 5. Are we clear with that? We are assigning. We are declaring a variable named A. Please, I'd like everyone to listen. Come on, guys, come on. Everyone, help me out. We have A is equal to 5.
Yes.
It's a variable. We are assigning the value 5. We have B equal to 7 as a variable. Now, I want to assign the value of A plus B to C. And what is A plus B? What is A? What is A? And what is B? 7. So if C is equal to 5 plus 7, right? What will C be equal to? What's 5 plus 7? 12, right? So if we print C, it's going to return 12. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Now, what if it's a string? What if we have? So can we try this? We can also do multiplication and subtraction too. Can we try with strings? So are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? All right. So what if it was a string? What if A is not an integer and B is not an integer? What happens? What if it's a string? So let's have Z equal to a string and Y is equal to maybe let's use words. Let's use words. Yeah, words. No, let's use words as the values. Yeah.
Use somebody's name and something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So let's name this variable first name and let's name Z. Instead of Z, let's have first name, and instead of Y, let's have last name. All right. So now what to print? Yeah, first name and last name. Remember, if we print first name, it's going to return Adetola, right? Yeah. If we print last name, hello, you, yeah. If we print last name, what's it going to return? Bello. Why is it going to return Bello? Because Bello is assigned to this variable. So there's what is called concatenation. 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 I'll take it again. Concatenation. CONCATENATION. Huh? Yeah, concatenation. Yeah. So let's concatenate these two values. So let's have full name. Let's have full name as a variable. Full name. So we have first name and we have last name. What's going to be the full name? What's going to be the full name?
First name plus last name.
Which is what? Adetola Bello. Right? So that's going to be the full name, Adetola Bello. So we have first name then plus. So plus is used to concatenate strings. First name plus last name. L last name. So when we print full name, what's going to happen? What are we going to see? Sir. Okay, yeah, you. What are we going to see with print full name? You are with the earpiece. Yeah, you. If we print full name, what are we going to see? Let's calm down, relax. Adetola Bello, awesome. So let's print full name. Full name without the strings. Remember, if we do this, what's going to happen? If we do this right now, if we run this business, what's going to happen? Huh? Why don't it run? So let's do that again. Let's have that again. So look, now listen. So if we bring this, if we run this now, right? What's going to happen? Okay, now relax. Let's go back, right? Remember we talked about strings. How are strings represented? In quotes. Now how did you write your hello world quotes? You use quotes, right? And then you wrote hello world inside.
Yeah. So you just print full name.
So what's going to happen here? It's going to give us full name. Why? Because now full name is not a variable here. Full name is a string here. Why is it a string? Because of the codes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wow! I have been shouting today. Alright. So now back to where we are. So what to bring this variable full name? We are doing without the string, without the codes. Look at this. Adetola Bedo. One more thing. Now there's no space. How do we add space? It's not always. Yeah. So we have to explicitly add our space here. So a way to do this is either, which we are not going to do, is either we add the space. And so let's try it when I'm saying it. So yeah, like backspace, and then let's add the space after Adetola. So you can see, if we add the space after Adetola, then run the statement again. Run the yeah. So now we have Adetola space, this space and Bello. But we don't do this because the names are not going to be coming with spaces. Like when I write your name, we don't intentionally leave a space after. Right? So now we want to add a space by ourselves. What do we do? Come on, give me ideas. Plus, right? Plus, yeah. So let's have plus, space. Then no, not yeah. What I'm saying is let's give the space after this plus to make that. Let's give the space after here. So yeah, after that and after here. Do you know why I'm doing this? Remember I said we are doing this space, we are paying attention to spacing for readability. It can work without the spacing, like we can just write them. But then we want consistency in our code and want readability. So if we give space, if we give space before this one and before this one, we have to give space here and here. Because we need our code to be consistent. Now listen, inconsistent code type will cause you pain. And not just you, but everyone who reads your code. Alright, so you have to be consistent with your styling. So now we have first name plus, we're giving it an empty space plus last name. Can we run this? You see this? So this is the same, for those who don't understand, this is not writing anything inside here. So let's write, instead of a space, let's write arrow, the letter arrow, inside here. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's so instead of a space, we use the hyphen, and now we have Adetola hyphen Bello. So if we want the space, instead of the hyphen, we have the space. Does that make sense? Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyone has any question? Any question? Yeah. Just go ahead. All right. So,
any question? Because me, I have questions. Do you have any? How do you know? How do you know what a string is?
Okay. How about integer? How will you represent an integer?
So now, between these two, this is addition, right? Although if I multiply these two names, what will I get? Error. Yeah, sure, it's error.
Yes. Or it's print like right there.
If you print Adetola times Bello, what will be the result?
Error.
I saw it error. Try it.
So that's that error. Because a string cannot multiply a string. But then,
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not finished. How about if I say this first name plus 3? What will I get? Like, you know, first name contains Adetola, right? Yeah. So if I say Adetola, this first name plus 3, what will I get?
Error.
If you say error, let me see. Okay, let's work with just write print Adetola next to it. So maybe we don't confuse ourselves because this side print Adetola in a string. Adetola is a string. Plus 3. What will happen? Don't press it. What will happen? Error. Yes, sir, error. Only this. Why? You cannot what? Let's Go. How about if I turn this, if I put 3 in a quote? Adetola 3. How about if I put Adetola times 3?
Adetola. Awesome. So you see we've been following, right? How the class been so far? Awesome. Let's start right now. So are we ready for the next data type? So let's go to tuples. Remember, we talked about what data types so far. Data types so far we talked about integer, float, strings, list. So we talked about 4 so far. Let's talk about floats. So let's talk about tuples rather. So the difference between a tuple, so just like a list. What is the spelling of tuple? Is T-U-P-L-E, right? T-U-P-L-E. Tuple is T-U-P-L-E. So just like a list, a tuple can be used to store and hear different voices. How many people are teaching?
One house, please. One house.
Alright. So just like a list, a tuple can be used to store multiple values, even with different data types. Right? Now, first of all, let's talk about the difference in their declaration. What do you notice? This is the tuple. What do you notice? What do you notice as a difference between this particular tuple and the list we have? Yeah, it's brackets, right? Okay. Hold on, let me start. So, there's what we call mutability and immutability. I'm going to do that. Hold on. To look at the All right. Normal English language. Can anybody guess the meaning of immutability? Immutability. Come on, many of us are students. Many of us are graduates. Anyone guess the meaning of mutability and immutability? Anyone guess? Random guess.
Change and unchanging.
Right. Someone from here says changeable and unchangeable. Awesome. So when something is mutable, it means it can be changed. It can be changed. When it's immutable, it means it cannot be changed. Like you see someone that says drug head, immutability. So our lists are mutable. Hold on, let me go through something. Alright, so lists are mutable. I was trying to get the syntax of adding to a list. Did you? Yeah. So what this means is that we have this list fruits. Can you hear me? Yes. So we have this list fruit that contains banana, orange, and pawpaw. What if we want more fruits? Yeah, I'm on this now. So what I'm trying to explain mutability of lists. We have these values in this list. We have banana, we have orange, we have pawpaw. What if I want more fruits? What if I want is cucumber fruit or a vegetable? It's a vegetable. What if I want guava, right? What if I want guava? I'm out of fruits. Is coconut a fruit? Is coconut a fruit? Alright, so when we want more fruits, what we want pineapple, we want apple, we want coconut. Is plantain a fruit? Is egg a fruit? Someone said egg. Alright, yeah, what do we do? What to add more fruits to this particular list? What calculation? Position. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. So mutability, I got my explanation wrong. Can you hear me? So mutability is about changing the value of it. So kind of making me feel like I'm in a school. This is not a school now. This is a class. So what is this being mutable means that
we are in the school.
Yeah. All right. So it means that instead of we can try to change banana, right? Remember, this list with index of 0 is what? This fruit with index of 0 is what? Banana. So this list being mutable means that if we want the list with index of 0, we want to change it to apple. We can do that because it's mutable, because it's changeable. So we can decide to come here and write fruits with this index 0 and equate it to, okay, we want to change to guava and equate it to guava. Now let's print the list fruits, just print fruits. Can you see that? So look at the difference now. Fruit is equal to banana here. Banana, orange, purple. But we've changed this guy, banana, to guava. Remember how we accessed it? With the index of 0, we accessed it, and now it's guava. So fruits one is now apple. Now we are changing fruits one to apple, right? Yeah. So now we change the first one, banana, and we change the second one, orange, to guava and apple. So now we have guava, apple, and pawpaw. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Any question concerning this meeting? Yeah.
What if you want to change the ordering? Is it going to, for example, now you have banana, orange, and purple, and you want to change orange, banana?
That's like I talking about reversing it. If you want to change the order, we can easily. So, but let's finish with this change mutability and so on. So, can you come again with your question? Your question.
Let me answer your question. If you want to say change the position, you would write the name of the variable, fruit. You reference the index, index 1, index 0, index 2, and then you iterate it to the new name way, right? Yes, just this way. So say you want to change maybe purple now to maybe
Index 0.
no, you want to change purple to another fruit, maybe lemon or something. So say that would be fruit position 2 because it's the last one, 0, 1, 2.
No, that's not my question.
That's what the
Okay, so what's your
question.
question?
The question
You want
is.
to change the order, for example,
Yeah, then
you
that
have
is reverse
banana,
now.
orange, and purple.
Banana, orange,
And you
and
want to
purple.
change the order to orange, banana, purple.
So, are you talking about reverse? If you want to reverse the order,
You can either reverse it
So-
you can reverse it from maybe purple, orange, or banana, but not like you change position. But if you want to do that one, that's a slight thing. I think you're still going to take that now.
well, let me take reverse now. Let me take reverse. So, what you're saying is that let's have fruits, right? Fruits right now is guava, apple, and purple. What if we want this to be purple, apple, and guava, right? What's your question?
Then you have to change it. You either
You have to change it manually,
You
like
can
this.
manually one after the other, or you reverse from the last one to the first one. But you cannot change. That is why you get this. These are sequential. The reason why you can pick the index 0, index 1, index 2 is because it is sequential. So because of that, it's not as flexible enough to be able to shuffle it like that.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So we can also reverse this particular one. There's a reverse method that only this. So can we reverse? Yeah. Now notice that this reverse is a method or a function which we'll discuss later. It's not just a variable. It's not just a variable. So what's going on here? Is it? I think it's reverse. That should be JavaScript. Oh yeah. Fruits inside. Yeah. That should be it. No.
It's the way, the first way. The first way. But
first
you
way.
call it
Like I forget this. I work with different languages, so I forget this.
Nothing should be in it. They are called fruit again.
I did not work before.
Yeah.
Was this all we did the first time?
You didn't print it.
I didn't print it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So fruits are reverse: pawpaw, apple, and guava.
Okay, and then I want to add something. So next week we're going to talk about OOPs, like object-oriented programming. So this reverse is a method. We're going to talk about it next week. So we're going to know how to say call methods and what functions are.
Yeah.
So this reverse is a method that you can access from any string. So that answers the question, yeah?
So lists are just like strings. Are just like Tuples are just like lists. Now the difference is, first of all, in the declaration, right? Tuples are declared with the parentheses. Can we go to where we are? Tuples are declared with the parentheses instead of the square brackets.
Use this slide at the same time so that we
No.
cover as long as we do.
Yeah, tuples. Yeah, so this is a tuple. Now, first in the declaration, the definition, tuples are declared with the parentheses. And then lists are declared with the square bracket. Then, secondly, lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. That means that with a tuple, which we are about to see, can we use a different something else?
Okay.
I think we use fruits for this.
Okay, see, to make it easy, name tuple on like fruit underscore tuple. Name your own.
So in Python, we comment. So these are two different words, fruits and tuple. But is it fruits that are into, like, what to join two different words in Python? A good way to separate words in variable names is using underscore. Instead of writing fruit tuple, instead of writing fruits without the underscore and tuple, we use fruits. So some languages, it depends on the language and the conventions. Right? For example, in JavaScript, it's recommended to do it in camel casing. Now, different kind of casing. There's camel casing, there's Pascal casing, there's title casing. Any other one? Oh, JavaScript is a programming language. Sorry for referencing it. Yeah, I was going to explain the naming. So this is with the underscore, right? We can decide this is underscore casing, yeah. We can decide to name it fruit, capital letter tuple, without the underscore, just to show your readers and yourself that they are two different words. Do you understand? But then the recommended way is to use the underscore for separation. Do you understand? So,
and to add what he's saying is naming your variable is very important because when you're writing code, you're not writing for yourself alone, and sometimes for your future self. Because you can write something now, it will work, and tomorrow things will not work. Like if you're wondering, like, what was I trying to do here? Imagine if you name that thing like you name it A or name it B. Some people name X. So it's better you name your variable something X. Like if somebody picks up your code tomorrow, he knows what you're trying to do there. So
awesome. So we can do that, but this is recommended way for naming variables in Python is using the underscore casing. So I use underscore tuple. Then so fruits tuple and one. So what is going to return? Anybody? What's going to return? Orange. Going to return orange. That's because what? Yeah, orange has an index of 1. Now, orange is the second element in this list with the index of 1. Right? They're not like 0th elements. So this is the first element, this is the second element. But now their index starts from 0. So the first element has an index of 0. The second element has an index of 1. The third element has an index of 2. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you understand? Yeah. People are saying no. Feel free to say no if you don't understand. So let's do that again. Remember, she explained that this declaration is sequential. It means we can access them by sequence according to how they were written, how they were declared. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. And their index starts from 0. So to get the index of these guys, let's calculate. Let's count their index now. Let's count them. This is 0. This is 1, and this is 2. We are counting from 0. Let's do that again.
0, 1, 2.
Let's do that again. 0, 1, 2. Just like a baby, when the baby is born, the baby is 0 years old. Like 1 day old, that's like 0 years, right? And then when the baby is born, the baby is not 1 year old immediately. So it's 0 first, and then 1, and then 2. So think of it like that.
Okay, so you are not talking about the reverse index. You can say access it from the last one. So you can use -1 for purple. So from the beginning it is 0, 1, and 2. It's 0 for banana, 1 for orange, 2 for purple. But if you want to access from the last item, you're going to use -1 for purple, -2 for orange, -3 for banana. So let me try it here. This one will access orange, and this will access
Awesome. Oh, okay. All right. So fruits, food. We are accessing the element with the index of 1, which is orange. Oh, so now we are talking about its immutability. It means that lists are immutable. Why is this necessary? If you want to have data that we don't want to change, want to store data that we don't want to change, we want to tamper it in the future or while you're writing our code, we use tuples for them so that we can so we don't change them by mistake. So we don't change the values by mistake. So let's try to change the same way we did for this. Let's try to change orange to apple. Why is there going to be an error? Yeah, awesome. Because tuples don't support mutability. Tuples are immutable. Means that we can't change their values. Any question? Feel free. Any question? I just explain tuple again. Do you understand lists? Yes. So tuples are like lists. But then the difference is that with lists we can decide to change the values. But then with tuples we cannot change the values once we've defined it. When we define the list, remember how we changed banana to purple and apple to orange? We can't do that with tuple. Yeah.
Can you see from here? So from here you can change the position of the same. But for tuples you cannot do that.
So that means it's immutable, cannot be changed, unchangeable. So look at now. This is why you should read error messages. Scroll down, because Python is a very friendly language. It tells us what we need to know. Type error, OSTB send callers. IPython. You can decide to read all these guys, V03, but they're not really important. But then there's also a place where you become friendlier and show us the actual error. So we can see type error is a type error because this type tuple object does not support item assignment. Do you understand? So in case you're wondering what is happening with your code, you're trying to write something and you're seeing that I've seen many people, like many of my students, they write code and they say, this is the error message I'm getting. No, I'm getting an error, it's not working. I say it's not working, what is the error? He said it's not working, just not working. There's no time that it's not working. There's always an error message. So look at them, and when you look at the error message, you now have to solve your problem. So if you're saying that tuple does not support item assignment, then you go, it means if I have to reassign my items, I have to use a list instead. Do you understand? Alright, so that's it for tuples.
Sorry,
Dictionary.
I have a question.
Oh, it's too corporate. Yeah, what's your question?
The question was like, now it's only just one of the items that we are calling out. If you want to call out more than one, How can one do that? Because I tried it and it was showing an error, but I don't understand the error.
So you call out more than one. What?
Yes, okay, for instance, I put two then one comma, maybe like zero. Like to call out index like
She's talking about slicing.
that's like
Don't call out these two positions.
yes, yes.
Okay, so let's try. So,
I just put comma.
yes, no, so you know what this is what you want. It's calling like, you know what I'm
Don't go.
So this is sliding. If you want to, since you cannot change positions of this, if you want to call out items from the list, what you can do is to use column to find position on four. So this is you have item 0, 1, and 2. When you are, this is exactly called sliding. When you want to use sliding, it does not call out the last position. So if you want to call out, say you have, since we have 3 items here, position 0, 1, and 2. If you want to call out everything, then it means that you do 0 to 3 to call out everything here. So if you want to call out banana, orange, and purple, you do position 0 to 3. So it brings out, it calls out 0 to 4. It is 0 to 3. We have position 0, position 1, and position 2. If you want to call out everything, you had one extra position, so it's going to be 0 to 3 to call out everything. If you want to call out, say, the first item, that would be just maybe 0. Second item alone, that would be position 1. Second item will be position 1. Third item, position 2. So for sliding, you can slide. For sliding, you can call any position. So if you want to call maybe orange and purple now, who can tell me how to call out orange and purple alone? So if you want to call out purple alone, that would be 1. That would be 1, 2, 3. If you can call from the back also, from the last item. Okay, and you want to call out all the items in the list. Instead of you to call out, say, all the positions, you just put the column alone. So this calls out all the items in the list. The column, you don't call out all the items. And you can call from the back also. Say position -2 to okay. So this calls say the orange. Okay, so I will share, he's going to share his notebook.
This particular topic, yeah.
Okay, so he's going to share his notebook. I can share, I have a notebook on iPython that I can share. It contains basic syntax and say a command that you might want to use also.
Now listen everyone. What we're saying is this. Can you hear me? This is not, it's not like when you're in university and you need to write an exam, and you gotta start cramming and memorizing all these things. This syntax, like you can imagine, I write Python, JavaScript, Java, and I write Golang too. Now imagine I try to memorize all the syntax and try to know all of them. That's not going to work. So I get to know them with constant use and constant practice. There was no time I opened the book and started cramming them. It's when you use them, you're just going to know, to do this, you have to. And that's why there's what's called documentation. Every language has a documentation, right? Every good language has a good documentation. So what the documentation is like a reference. You can go to Python's documentation and then you see how to you can see how to declare a variable, how to declare what a list is, how to write it. It's the syntax for reversing a list and so on. This comes with constant practice. You get good at writing code through constant practice, not through cramming or memorization. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
So she's going to send you a notebook, and IPython notebook. We're going to see most of this syntax, and then you just practice through constant practice. You'll be able to get them. Do you understand? Now what you're going to hold on before we go, what you're going to do, you're going to create a notebook, right? A notebook. Now we have this. Those of you that have Anaconda saved, you can easily save this via file or this thing. Yeah.
File and save and check, or you can Control F and then you have the title.
What do you say? Save as, yeah, is there save as there?
And you can control when you Control F, it's going to show you add title, then you just add the title to it.
Okay.
So
Save and checkpoint. That's different.
Yeah, that's different. You save that position, that point that you stop.
Yeah, so you're going to create a notebook. You're going to create a notebook. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Your assignment, you're going to create a notebook, and then you're going to write the data types inside this notebook. There's one thing we do not touch. This is batch code. Let's just go to Markdown as oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I think we should just use comments for now. Let's just use Python comments. Go back to code. Let's not go to Markdown. So yeah, so to comment in this in Python, what comments are? These are expressions. These are expressions, statements. Yeah, these are statements that the interpreter would ignore. So if we have, if this was commented, yeah, you can declare a comment like this. This is how to. This is how to insert a. Or just write this in the comments. This is a comment. This is a comment. Now, can we give space after this hash? No, space after the hash. Yeah. This is called bound sign actually. Bound sign. So this is the comment. Now, what this means is that when we run this particular cell, our interpreter is going to ignore whatever comes after this bound sign. So that means that it won't show this in the comments. It's going to ignore it. Now, that means that what if we put the hash, the bound sign before this space? Yeah. So what's going to happen if we run this? What's going to happen if we run this? Huh? It's not going to run, right? Because it's a comment, so it will just ignore this particular statement because we made a comment to hash. So why I did comments is that so when you create your notebook for your assignment, you're going to write something like this. This is a variable declaration, or this is a variable, and then you declare a variable inside the cell. Now these are things you declare. This is a variable. This is a what? What's the first data type we discussed? Integer, right? So right, this is an integer, and then you declare your integer there. So that means you can declare what we call this now? Age equal to 27. Then you come down to a different cell. Look, I don't expect you to now to handle this using all these cells just like that. So that is why you should feel free to ask questions. You can Slack me, you can send me a direct message on Slack, or you can ask it in the data science channel. I will attend to you. right? You can say, I have issue with creating a new cell, or I've not been able to write, to run my code. Just feel free, don't die in silence. Ask your question. Answer will not come from heaven. Answer will come when you ask. Please ask. Nobody's going to laugh at you. Nobody's going to say this. We are all here to learn. We are all learning. So feel free, ask your question. I will be happy to answer them. Right? So this is what's the first one? An integer. You write your integer. The next cell, this is a string. You write your string. The next cell, this is a list. You declare your list. The next one, this is a tuple. You declare a tuple. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Is anyone unclear about the assignments? Please raise your hand if you are unclear about the assignments.
Don't slack anything because where's if you leave there now, you get slowly tomorrow. Don't slack anything. Some people are not on slack yet.
Why?
Where's our so what's the assignment? Where are all the markers? Where are the markers? Who's slacking?
I heard that the people are not slack. Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
So maybe we should not even cover what you taught in class because I like to people to read ahead and read for it. So what you do is you put your name as a comment or whatever like.
Can you see this?
Write your name as it's like create a notebook. We need a column. Okay. Dollar, can you type it?
This. Create a notebook.
Create a notebook. Number one, create a notebook. Have you seen them up here? So no, number one is create a notebook. Number two is you write printing out all the data types in Python. Like do your research, go and look for all the data types in Python and give an example. In that, then you mentioned the third one is listing out. Let's see, listing out like 6.
Are you writing this down?
Writing out all the data types, like example of comment. And then the third one is give me like 6. What's that? Yeah. And this is like 6 keywords from Python. Yeah. All in your notebook. So you edit the first one is so the last one is comment writing. Yeah. So I'll need your name and your email. So that will be like in a comment at the end. So you can put it at the end or at the top. Like it should be the first thing. Create a notebook, write your name and email like in a comment. All the data types in Python, all the data types. Then list out just 6 keywords. And that's it. Just these 3.
So because of this assignment.
So who understands the assignment?
Hold on. I will not share my notebook for this assignment because this is exactly what my notebook is. But I will share the notebook that has the IPython syntax over like what is
I'm going to share you videos because people learn faster with visuals. But I'm going to send you videos to help with the assignment. How many of you are not in Slack? How many? If you're not in Slack, meet me after the class.
So do you understand the assignment? Alright, so on Slack, I've learned how to shout because of you guys. So on Slack, we'll send you details on how to submit. I believe everyone from the class can hear me. Alright.
Just in case again, who does not understand the assignment?
No, I don't know.
Not writing it. As a comment, write your name, write your email. Then you see the way they did all the examples. They are going to give you all the data types like that with examples. Like, if you read something like you can copy code, it's fine as long as you understand what's going We're not sharing anything again. We're not sharing any notebook again. Do your research. So he's going to share a form where you submit.